What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing well. Good tidings for 2022 and all of that good stuff. I actually was not planning on recording a video today, so this is a little extra starting off, I guess, starting off the year on a good note, getting ahead with the channeling and getting the videos churned out. The weather is not cooperating outside with some other things that I want to do. We've got our first snowfall of the year. It's not accumulating much, but it is just enough to knock my internet out. I have satellite internet, which is always a pain. Uh, it's been sleeting a little bit this morning, so here in Tennessee, everyone here had to rush out early and get all the milk and bread off of the shelves at the stores. What I'm going to show you guys, I've actually had in my possession for a little bit. This is the order that I placed through Hell's Headbangers for their Black Friday kind of winter sale that they have going on. I actually think it is still going on. Last time I went on their site, they still had some items available in that store with the sale that they had going on. The sale was $3.33 CDs, and I believe their vinyl was on sale for $8.88 for you vinyl collectors out there. I only purchase CDs. Obviously, that is just the majority of what I show on this channel. I got a nice little stack here that I'm going to run through, and I figured it was pretty fitting just to show this Hell's Headbangers haul while we were having the first snowfall outside. First up, they did throw in a bunch of stickers. I am thankful for that. These were just kind of some freebies. We've got the Hell's Headbangers sticker. There was Expunged. Just recently picked up their newest on tape. Some more Hell's Headbangers stickers. I'm just going to kind of run through these. But they put a nice little stack of stickers in this. There's a Fluids of Death sticker there, and I believe this is Witchcraft. I could be wrong on that, but kind of hard to read that logo, but I think it says Witchcraft, so I have to check them out as well. I've got a nice little stack here, a kind of an eclectic stack. There's some doom metal, some traditional heavy metal, black metal. I think there's some death metal. Yeah, there's some death metal in this as well. I didn't count up actually how many albums that or releases that I picked up in this sale, but it is a nice little stack. I'm going to link up Hell's Headbangers in the description. That way you can go check out, see if there's some stuff still going in that sale that you like. Last time I checked, it was still going. I think it still is. Don't put that in stone. But last time I went to their website, it was still going, and they still had the $3.33 CDs going. Some of this stuff is sold out. Obviously, it's been going since November. I'm going to try to link up all of the releases in the description in some form or another, whether it be a Bandcamp, YouTube link, something, so you can kind of check out and listen to some of this stuff yourself and see if you like it as much as I did. Just going to jump into it. First up, we've got a kind of a power slash traditional heavy metal band out of a hotbed area for power metal, Idaho. I don't remember hearing very much coming out of Idaho. And to be honest, when I first heard this, I was kind of on the fence with it, and it is absolutely and completely grown on me since I've had this. This is By Fire and Sword with Freedom Will Flood All Things with Light. This is an EP that came out in 2019. And as I was saying, this is a power metal, kind of hinges on that traditional metal side of things as well. The vocal approach on this is what had me kind of on the fence to begin with. And it is, I can't explain how it's grown on me. It's almost this evangelistic, almost preachy type vocal approach going on in this. But the more I listen to it, the more I like it. It's very intelligent with the delivery of the vocals on this, and it's very catchy as far as the riffs and stuff go as well. Musically, it's great, and the vocals are absolutely growing on me. I'm looking forward to hearing some more from this project, because this was my introduction, and as I said several times already, it has just absolutely grown on me. I will probably give that a spin again a little bit later today. Next up, we have a band out of Australia. I believe this one's been out a while. This is kind of doom, which the name of the band is Demon's Gate, so that gives away right there, just using the Candlemass song title as their band name. This is their self-titled demo, Demon's Gate, and I think the band actually recorded this. I think there's a date on here somewhere in 2006, and this was released on physical on CD format in 2011 from Terror from Hell Productions. That is the press that I have right here. Pretty good, like doomy slash heavy metal. The Candlemass influence is quite prevalent on this release. Obviously, I mean, when you have the name Demon's Gate, you kind of know that you're going to have that Candlemass influence, that Candlemass worship going on quite profusely through this. There's a Accustomed to the Dark is the name of the track on this that kind of sold me on this demo, but altogether it's a pretty good release, and it's been out on that physical format over 10 years and like pushing 15 for the release itself. Next up, we have a band out of Germany. There's going to be a lot of German metal in this stack. It seemed like Germany and South America made up the majority of what I purchased this round. This is from a band that has like 15 full lengths since 2013. So take that as you will. Not all of those are going to be winners. This is one that I absolutely love from this project. This is Morphinist with the Euphoria Sessions. This is one of, I think, 3 full lengths that came out from this project in 2014. It's kind of post-black, atmospheric black. It has some like striking contrast in this release, going from like the atmospheres, the kind of post-black atmospheres into the kind of this ferocious black metal that and the transitions and the contrast on this is what kind of sold me on this release. I do like how Morphinist, I think it's a one man project, was able to pull that off. Obviously, I'm not going to like everything in the Morphinist discography just because there's so many releases. When you put out so much material back to back to back, it feels like quality can kind of take a back seat sometimes, but this is one of the high points for me of that discography. This was released through Throats Productions. Throats Productions is a label that I had found some stuff on quite often there for a while, and I've kind of slept on them lately. I'm assuming they're still around and putting out material. I will have to look into that and see if Throats is still putting out stuff, because I have found quite a few releases through that label that I do like. Next up, we have some depressive black metal, atmospheric black metal, ambient, I guess, depressive and ambient black metal out of Greece. This is Atheria, and this has it has the band's first 2 EPs or demos on one little compilation CD here. We have the first one, which is Echo from Another Kingdom, which is my favorite release altogether that this band has put out. And then we have their second EP, which is Spectral Regression. That one's pretty good as well, but that first EP, Echo from Another Kingdom, there's a couple tracks on there, A Desolate Journey and Wandering Below the Astral Light. Those 2 are probably my favorite 2 tracks on this compilation as a whole, and definitely on that first demo that this band put out. Just stellar. Depressive black metal out of Greece. I really enjoy this. They have one full length that came out after these 2. I have not picked that one up yet, but I saw this on that Black Friday sale, and I had to jump on it immediately. I had remembered seeing and listening to those, especially that first demo in the past, and when I saw that was available, I had to get on it. Next up, this is one that I was absolutely surprised to see on the sale, and it was an auto buy as soon as I saw it. I was glad that it was still in stock when I got it. If you saw my end of the year list that I put up, this band actually was on number 2 with the number 2 release for me of all of 2021. This is the EP that came out prior to their last full length. This is the German doom outfit and Crossvault, and I cannot stop singing the praises of this band. It's just depressive, epic sounding doom metal, and this EP is absolutely perfect. It kind of led the way into the morphing of sound into that As Strangers We Depart full length that came out this past year. this was like the perfect leadway into that from their previous material, moving, I guess, in full lengths into the full length that came out last year. It was like a natural progression, and this kind of bridges that gap. It has 2 original songs. I'm sorry, my voice is going already. It has 2 original songs on this EP, and I adore both of those songs. We have a Hand Moving Mountains, and then the self-titled Miles to Take. That was not self-titled. The EP title is Miles to Take as well. They also have like a hidden. You can see that those 2 tracks are listed there on the back. It's like a third track, a hidden track almost. It's not really hidden. It's just not listed. It's a cover of the Weeping Song by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and that cover is quite stellar. I'm usually not the biggest fan on digipacks, and with this just being an EP, they actually went all out on the digipack, so I can definitely get behind that as well. If I'm going to get a digi, I would much prefer it to be like this rather than just one of those little cheap CD wallets. But that's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite thing that I got in this whole stack here. Next up, we have some epic kind of heavy / doom metal out of Denmark. This is Altar of Oblivion with the Seven Spirits. This is their latest full length. I think it came out in 2019 on Shadow Kingdom Records. Seems like Hell's Headbangers and Shadow Kingdom Records kind of had this this kind of brother-sister label relationship going on. And I'm all for it because I picked up some tremendous Shadow Kingdom Records releases through Hell's Headbangers. I've actually picked up, I think it was last year or year before on their Black Friday sale, I picked up the EP that came out prior to this full length. It was entitled Barren Grounds. And I fell in love with that EP, and I told myself that I was going to seek out some more Altar of Oblivion material, and I had not done so yet, but when I saw this going on their Black Friday sale, I had to jump on it. Very happy with this. I'm enjoying. I haven't made it all the way through this album yet, but everything that I've heard on it so far, I do like quite a bit. Next up, more doom metal. Go figure. I was in around November or so, I was in a very heavy doom kind of mood. I was picking up quite a bit of doom metal. This is kind of an occult sounding, kind of an occult tinged heavy / doom band. This is also out of Germany. This is Angel of Damnation, and this contains members from Sacred Steel, Crossvault, which I just showed, and Front Beast, among some other bands. Those were the 3 that kind of struck a chord with me and stuck out to me. When you have that kind of a mix mash of members going in and creating something, there's a lot of different ideas and influences going on. I dig this quite a bit. This is a great, very dark, doomy, occult sounding record, and this is some great stuff. I want to kind of backtrack. I think this is their latest full length. Possibly 2017 is when this came out, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think so, 2017. And I'm pretty positive this is their latest full length. I could be wrong on that. I know they had some other material that's come out as well, but this is my introduction to Angel of Damnation, and I'm looking forward to checking out some more stuff because I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Next up, this is a band out. I said I had some South American stuff coming, and this is the first of those. This is a band out of Chile. This is some black and death metal. The name of this band is Nebvlos, Aetrervm, and the name of the album is Thanatorivm. This was released on Sun Empire Productions. It came out in 2019. This was a blind buy for me. I figured at the price point that it was out, I could try some new stuff that I haven't heard before and maybe do a few little blind buys. The artwork kind of stuck out to me when I saw this. I'm not quite sure. My voice just cracked there. I guess I'm going through puberty again. I'm not quite sure what I actually expected when I saw that artwork, but that just kind of spoke to me and made me want to check this out. And it definitely has I mean it's kind of meat and potatoes black and death metal. It's when you hear black and death metal, if someone described that, this is kind of the sound that comes to mind for me personally. It's not reinventing the wheel in any way, but it is. I do enjoy this. Everything that I've heard, I want to spend a little bit more time with it, but so far everything that I've heard on that, I have liked for what it is. Sticking with the South American theme, we have some symphonic black metal out of Mexico. This is Magan with a Nathicana. This is the band's only EP. This has been out for, I think it came out in 2004. Very keyboard heavy, very synth heavy black metal. It's pretty good. I've listened to it all the way through a couple times already. At times, I'm kind of on the fence with it, but as a whole, I do enjoy this. I probably will give it a few more spins before I throw it on the shelf to kind of reserve final judgment with this. It has a Nocturnal Dominion promo card. No telling how long that's been sitting inside of this jewel case, but this release came out in 2004. Pretty decent symphonic black metal out of Mexico. Very, very kind of low production value on that though. So take that for what it is. Next up, we're going back to Germany. We have some black metal coming out with some very interesting vocals. Very chaotic. The vocals on this are what kind of sold me on it. This is not going to be an album for everybody. There's going to be some people that probably, or I guess EP for everybody. There's going to be people that probably are turned off by the vocals on this, but I don't know, that something on them, they were just so different from what I'm accustomed to and what I'm used to hearing in my black metal. I could appreciate it, and I enjoyed this EP. This is PariA with Knochenkamp, I think is how you pronounce that. But this is dark themed, occult themed black metal, and as I said before, the vocals on this are absolutely insane. Just how they vary up, and the change in pitch, the change in clarity. It's just a nasty vocal approach. There was a little quote type thing on the inside of this that kind of spoke to me as well. It says, "Today I'm dirty. Tomorrow I'll be just dirt." And I kind of enjoyed that as well. But PariA, pretty good. It is their most recent material. Came out in 2016, so they haven't put anything out in about 5 years. But for what this is a nice little, just nasty little, ferocious black metal EP. Going back to Mexico, we have a full length that came out in 2008. This is Brokel with a Rebirth of the Unholy. This is some more black and death metal. I used to see this when I was making my Red Stream purchases all the time. Pretty much before I started this channel, and in the early goings of me doing this channel, I was buying from Red Stream, their eBay store, quite often. And this is an album that I remember seeing on that eBay store several times, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. I saw that it was on this Black Friday sale for Hell's Headbangers, and I was just like, well, it's now or never, picking this up. And I checked. I've listened to this several times in the past, as far as when I was thinking about picking it up, and I went ahead and just grabbed it, and it's everything that I remembered it was going to be. Just it's more of like that, as I was saying earlier about that Nebvlos Aetrervm. It's just kind of meat and potatoes, black and death metal. This one, the contrast between the black metal and the death metal are more prevalent. They kind of they don't kind of blur the lines. They just have specific passages that sound black metal, then they throw in parts that sound just absolutely death metal, and they just kind of somehow mesh those in together. Back to Germany. Seems like we're just jumping back and forth. This is an atmospheric black metal band. This is the first full length from this band, and they have a pretty flawless discography in my opinion. This is the debut. This one leans a bit more to the traditional side of their black metal approach, and they've kind of morphed and evolved into this atmospheric style as the years have gone by. But this is a Steingrab with, I believe you pronounce it Aeon. Man, I sounded country when I said that. This is Steingrab with Aeon. as I was saying, debut full length came out in 2013. Steingrab translates to stone grave in German, so that sounds like an atmospheric black metal project name there. But I do enjoy this. I enjoy their entire discography. I'm glad to finally get something of theirs in my possession. I guess if I'm going to start picking up their material, starting with the debut full length is the way to go, and maybe I can just kind of work my way through their discography now. Sorry, my voice is not wanting to cooperate, but we're gonna push through. We don't have a whole lot left. Next up, we have another band out of Chile. This is also on the Sun Empire Productions label that I had mentioned earlier. This is Suffering Dusks with While We Cross the Sunset. This is kind of existential doom death. Pretty good. The vocals on it, if I had any kind of qualm with it, it might be the vocals. I want to spend some more time with it. I don't want to reserve judgment and kind of knock the vocals yet. I have not just spent a ton of time with this. This is one of those blind buys that I did when I was scrolling through and kind of looking at the stuff. I saw that it was doom death, and I was in a doom death kind of mood there for a fairly extended amount of time. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Between the genre tag and the cover art there, I'll just go ahead and throw it in the cart and give it a shot. It's not bad musically. I do like it. Maybe the vocals will grow on me. I do want to spend a little bit more time with that. I don't want to just be too negative and then come back at some point later and be like, man, I love this album. That's just not how I want to do it. Next up, we have some more doom death. This is a band out of the Netherlands. This is the Sombre with Into the Beckoning Wilderness. This is their debut full length. Came out in 2019. They have since released another full length and an EP. This is killer doom death. There are violins on this. There are keyboards on this. I saw a review or read a review or kind of synopsis for this release, and someone said that this kind of sounds like slowed down medieval black metal, and I can kind of see where they're coming from with that, especially with the violin and the keyboard passages that are found throughout this release. Very slow plodding, doom death, melodic at times. I do dig it, kind of this suffocating sound. Definitely one of the high points for me of this entire stack. Next up, we have Midnight Dice with their EP entitled Hypnotized. I think this came out in 2019 as well. Quite a bit of 2019 stuff in this. This came out on Underground Power Records. I believe the By Fire and Sword that I showed first was also on Underground Power Records. What can I say about Midnight Dice? This is a band out of Chicago. They are a female-fronted. The SJWs will probably jump all over me and cancel me for saying that. They are a female-fronted traditional heavy metal band. If someone was to ask me to define heavy metal with an album or an EP or release, this is one of those releases that you could just throw in there and be like, this is heavy metal. This is the quintessential heavy metal sound that I just think of when I think of heavy metal. Like the old movie heavy metal with the movie posters and stuff. This is, for me, is what was playing, kind of the sound that's playing in my mind when I see those movie posters and I see that artwork. It's just, it's heavy metal. What else can I say? I think that should be praise enough for this release. I can't really speak any other higher praises for this than that. I do love it. One of the better EPs that I've heard in quite some time. So killer stuff there from Midnight Dice. Next up, a band that I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with. I know they've been around for a little bit. They're that kind of cavernous sounding death metal. I think Wyatt has mentioned them at some point in the past. I know some other YouTubers have been proponents for this project as well. This is actually the first piece of their material that I've actually picked up. This is a Triumvir Foul. This is a band out of Portland, and this is their latest EP entitled Urine of Abomination. The Urine of Abomination portion of this is pretty good. It sounded like they kind of shifted their sound into almost a more of a doomier or even dissonant sound on that newest on that EP. The caveat for me and the main reason I wanted to pick up this physical copy is this has an Oath of Blood and Fire, which was their 2014 demo. It has that on this release as well. That's kind of what sold me on picking this up. Just old school sounding straight out of the 90s death metal on that 2014 EP. I do like Urine of Abomination as well, but that 2014 An Oath of Blood and Fire demo being a part of this release is what put me over the top as far as wanting to pick it up. So there we go. And the last one that I'll show, this is probably rivals the Cross Vault as my favorite two releases that I picked up out of this entire little stack. This is Barren Canyon with World of Wounds. This is an atmospheric black metal band out of Canada, and this full length is phenomenal. This came out in 2018 on Avant-Garde Music. I was super surprised to see this available in the sale as well. I had to jump on it. It's just in this one fold little digi here. I've been listening to this quite often. I will probably throw this in at some point today while the snow is coming down. I can look out my window and see it coming down kind of heavy now. I think this will be a perfect soundscape for me listening, watching the snowfall and just listening to some cold black metal out of frozen Canada. So very, very fitting sound there. So that's it. That was kind of a mouthful of quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to do my best to link all this up in the description. So if you see something here that you want to check out, if you picked up some stuff from that sale, let me know what you got as well. I know a lot of there were several things sold out by the time I even made it to the sale, and I'm sure quite a bit has been sold out now. But if you were able to grab some good stuff on that sale, I'd like to know and have a little bit of discussion going down in the comments section. All of this is linked up. I will also link up my end of the year, album of the year video, just in case you missed that as well. I've taken up enough of your time lately, so that's all I've got for today. I hope you all stay well. I hope you all have a happy and a healthy 2022. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you all very soon. I promise.